So you're going to be speaking at this conference.
Yes.
What are you going to be sharing? You can share a little just a teeny bit, just a little bit.
Yeah, so with the session or the workshop that I'm going to be doing this Friday, is going to be developmental milestones and autism awareness, and basically why they're important for you to understand exactly what they are. And in my presentation, I want parents to take away knowledge of how to determine when you're looking at something that may be a delay or a deficit in your child, and also if your child is having certain behaviors, if some of those behaviors are characteristics of what is considered autism spectrum disorder.
My name is Esau McKnight, actor, stuntman, martial artist. Today I did an episode of the Tina Ramsey Show. She is so amazing. I had such a great time chatting with Tina. What a professional effort she always puts forward. Thank you so much for having me, Tina.
A really great experience on the Tina Ramsey Show. I felt like she really asked some valuable questions that can help a lot of people, especially in regards to monetizing. And so the vibe was great. I honestly wouldn't mind coming back on again if she invite me. And I felt like the conversation just flowed. So I am super happy and I can't wait for the show to air on every single platform out there. And thank you again.
Hello, everybody. I am Dr. Tina J. Ramsey, the host of the Tina Ramsey Show and podcast powered by CTR Media Network. And we are at the Flourish Black Homeschool Conference here in Decatur, Georgia. And we are so super duper excited to be bringing you educators as well as homeschooling parents who are helping to change the narrative in regards to how we homeschool and the resources that we have available. So today we have Dr. Londa Phillips, and she is going to be here today to share with us all about what she do and how she's helping us to solve some problems, okay? And so tell us a little bit about yourself and welcome to the show.
Thank you so much for having me. Like I said, I'm Dr. Londa Phillips, and I am the founder and owner of Smart Goal Educational Consulting. My background is in special education and in providing autism support. So I came from the public school system as an autism teacher, and I was also a diagnostician doing developmental testing for preschool children here in DeKalb County for 8 years. And so with some of my background and starting out at the Marcus Autism Center, what I have kind of seen in the homeschool community is that is an area where there's a lot of support needed.
I would agree, especially in regards to special needs education. We need that help. So tell us a little bit about your business that you started, because I love the name. It's called Smart Goal Educational Consulting. And why did you decide to start this consulting business?
Well, when I left the public school system in 2021 as a special education teacher, we always aim to develop SMART goals for children, you know, goals that are specific, measurable, certain things we're looking for. And so I kind of just decided outside of that to kind of continue that momentum and that energy going. So with Smart Goal Educational Consulting, I'm a consulting firm that provides autism support, also early childhood and developmental milestone support. And so what I saw with my sister started homeschooling years kind of before the pandemic. So when the pandemic hit, nothing stopped for them. They were continuously on that same journey with their children, and this community has grown so much. And so in the school system, we know that there is special education support for children who have characteristics of autism, attention deficit, hyperactivity disorder, and things like challenges or basically delays in their development. Now in the homeschool community, a lot of people have elected to, you know, do all the education at home, and they may not necessarily understand what are the characteristics, what are the behaviors, and what are some of the markers that your child is expected to achieve at a specific age. So I kind of wanted to step in to provide support in that area, and I want to just connect it back to sometimes when you are seeing delays and when you are seeing some challenges and some behaviors, also some of these may be considered characteristics of autism, and that just kind of gives you a more of an idea of how to inform education for your specific child in the more of a homeschool setting.
Well, I appreciate you sharing and also providing this resource, needed, essential resource for parents such as myself that have a child that has high functional autism and he has severe dyslexia. I understanding those milestones, having someone that's an expert, so much so that I didn't know that this was available when I started homeschooling. So I became my child advocate and started taking special need education classes and everything like that so that I can prepare to help him. But everybody don't have the time to do that, nor have the desire or the gift to do that. And so the fact that you are available and this is something that you decided to do, thank you, because it can be hard for parents, or I would say challenging, that's the more proper word, it's challenging when you are already trying to figure out the terrain and you feel like no one understands what you're saying. And so having someone like you saying, okay, let's identify this, I recognize this, let me help you develop an action plan, a SMART goal for your children. That is something that we need as parents to build our confidence as well as our children. Now they know that they know that they know, and now we can help them through that. So you're going to be speaking at this conference.
Yes.
What are you going to be sharing? You can share a little just a teeny bit, just a little bit.
Yeah, so with the session or the workshop that I'm going to be doing this Friday, is going to be developmental milestones and autism awareness, and basically why they're important for you to understand exactly what they are. And in my presentation, I want parents to take away knowledge of how to determine when you're looking at something that may be a delay or a deficit in your child, and also if your child is having certain behaviors, if some of those behaviors are characteristics of what is considered autism spectrum disorder. And so with the resources I want to provide to parents, I also want parents to know that there are public school services that under the Child Find mandate that can also help you along this educational journey if you need additional assistance. So I kind of want to give parents all the information that they need to be able to use the resources that's here within this community with independent educational consultants, but as well as partners sometimes with some of the federal services that are also available to you as a homeschooling parent, or as even just as a provider of unconventional schooling, period, whether it be a micro school, a hybrid school, a virtual school environment. So within this community, there is help and assistance a lot of times with the independent educational consultants, but there's also additional support that you can go to possibly your public school system to find.
Wow, wait, did you just say it's a possibility that ones who have children with special needs can go and receive the services from the public school even though they're homeschooling?
Correct. So yeah, there's something called the Child Find mandate, and so with that you can seek assistance if you believe your child is having some delays, you're suspecting that it's a disability, you can contact your local school system, or you can contact the public school or the school that you're zoned for, that your child would be enrolled in if they were in a public school, and you can request to have your child tested.
Wow.
Yeah, for exceptional needs and exceptional education testing.
So is that something that the parent will have to pay a fee, or do it varies?
No. So with the school system, it's under free and appropriate public school education. Everything with the school system is at no cost to the parents. So a lot of times out in this community, some of the services do come with a cost because you're getting them from like independent providers, you're getting private services, and that's all great. But sometimes there are also schools that the public school system can provide services that you could also benefit in a homeschool setting.
Wow, that's good to know. That is good to know. So I appreciate everything and the big takeaways that you already mentioned in regards to helping our children. So I know we're really looking forward to what she has to say in this presentation. I want you to tell the people how they can get in contact with you.
Yes, so again, I am the founder and owner of Smart Goal Educational Consulting. You can find me online at smartgoaleducation.com. phillips.com. And with that, and I'm also a Discovery Toys player advisor. So one of the services that you'll find, or one of the things that you'll find available to you, is the option to purchase educational toys for your children, particularly children who are neurodivergent, children who may have disabilities, and there are some sensory toys and things that would benefit them in their growth and development as well. So with Smart Goal Educational Consulting, I'm providing organizational support to the unconventional school community and homeschool community through educational assessments and through educational consulting, and also with some strategies and some interventions as to how to help your child in this particular setting, and just to better nurture your child on this type of journey. So,
wow, Dr. Londa
yes.
Phillips.
And I can also be found on LinkedIn. So if you Google my name, Lee Rhonda Phillips, Leronda, last name Phillips, my LinkedIn should come up.
Thank you so much for being a featured guest on our show, and thank you for taking the time to share your expertise and also let us know, make us aware of these different resources that we had no idea that existed. So it takes a special kind of person to help others, but it takes a really special person to help children that are underserved, and in some cases dealing with developmental delays, because it takes a different type of heart and patience to be able to help our children. And just from meeting you, I can see that you're just that person.
Thank you so much for having me.
If no one told you today that you are worthy, that you are valued, and that you are loved, I want you to know that I love you and that you are worthy and that you are valued. So until next time, what do I want you to do? I want you to do what? I want you to keep smiling. Make sure to tune in to the Tina Ramsey Show, powered by CTR Media Network. Same time, same place. Remember, it's time for you to come share, shine, and grow on the Tina Ramsey Show. See you next week.